Hello, welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about the difference between goals and something we're calling ideals. Cool. This comes from the forum. Adam, thank you for writing in. I appreciate it. I'll read and then we'll get going. Hi, all. Hey, y'all. What's going on? No, he doesn't say y'all. It just says hi, all. Okay. Having goals in life can be empowering. However, on the other hand, having ideals can lead to a disempowering experience and suffering. So how do we strike the delicate balance of creating empowering goals and missions for our life without falling into the trap of ideals? Thanks. Cool. Thanks for writing in. Thank you. All right, so let me start by, let's back up just a little bit. Ideals, okay? Ideals is the shit in your experience where you think you should be a certain way or shouldn't be a certain way. Okay? That is what we're calling ideals. The shoulds and the shouldn'ts. Do you get what I'm saying? So now this stuff kind of like, you ever like do something socially wrong and then you're beating yourself up for it afterwards, for example? I would postulate that you're likely beating yourself up because you think you should be some other way, so you beat yourself up because I shouldn't do that, I shouldn't do that, that's not me, it's wrong, it's bad. You see, it's like I'm beating myself up. The ideal is the part where you think you shouldn't be that way, all right? Or you should be some other way. Do you ever have something where you're in your life and you're like, you're not okay the way you are because you think you should be some other way, but you're not that way, so you're hurt about it? Okay? That's the ideal stuff, the shoulds and the shouldn'ts. Okay? So there's pain there. The pain is in your experience now when you think you should be some way that you're not. Doesn't that hurt? Stop doing that. Make it so that there's no way you should be. And you won't suffer that pain. And then what will likely come up, I can hear it in my mind's ear already, is, well, yeah, but if I did that, then I wouldn't do anything or I wouldn't be motivated to do anything. Yeah, but bullshit. Okay? And here's why. Because the ideal, now, continuing with ideals, do you have stuff in your world, your experience, where you are trying to do something so that you can get resolved in the future? If I could just achieve this ideal self, then I will be fixed. Have you ever noticed that that never works? You know that thing you've been doing for 30, 40 years to try to fix you? Maybe find the right woman, find the perfect job, get the right amount of money, get the car, get the whatever, get the perfect romantic getaway, the perfect romantic partner, whatever. Has that ever worked to resolve you? No. But we don't notice, I don't think people notice that that never works. It just turns into the next thing. Like, oh, I got the perfect woman, but that never works, so I'll get the big house, and that didn't work, so I'll have the kids, and that's not working, so I'll make the fortune, and that doesn't work, so I'll make more money, and that doesn't work, so I'll make even more money, and then I die. See, it doesn't work. That attempt is trying to fulfill some ideal resolution or some such. It is not meant to be fulfilled. Do you have anything in your experience right now of you that is like that, of the world or you or whatever? That is in the domain of ideals. Anything in that domain like that is what we're calling an ideal. You got it? Got it? Okay. So we blocked out ideals. Now goals, on the other hand, are different. Goals are something you can attain. Like, I could make a goal to make $1 million. You're like, yeah, but isn't that an ideal? No, if it's a goal and something I can achieve and I don't expect it to fix me or resolve me, then it's not an ideal. It's just something I'm going to do. See? So the separating line, to answer your question a little bit, is an ideal will never come to fruition. A goal can. You can achieve the goal. Now, okay, that should break it down easily and simply for you. Now, how do you not fall into the trap of ideals? I think this is where the wires can get crossed or the roads can get crossed, and it can be challenging, where the ideal, it's like I could want to make $1 million. And you're like, yeah, but isn't that an ideal? And maybe part of that goal, maybe I could make $1 million, but infused in the goal is some sense of an ideal, like I should make $1 million to please my Father, to finally show him that I'm worthy so I can be worthy. You see, like I should be worthy. And so I set the goal to make $1 million, and infused in there is like I'm going to be worthy. Okay, so that seems to me it could perhaps, just in this thought experiment, perhaps be both. Now it's useful to recognize that with ideals comes pain. Even the good ones. Why? Why pain? Well, don't you have an ideal of being like a perfect human being? Like, I don't know anybody that's ever had that one before. Now, what does that mean about you right now? You're not perfect, are you? Does that feel good? No. You don't need the pain, and you don't need to strive for perfection, because that is a losing battle, that you can't get there. Like in intimate partnerships, can't you envision a perfect partner right now? Like a perfect one to be with? The one? You ever met that person? I don't know, you meet the perfect one, but then you look at them and you're like, they have like toenail fungus or some shit. It's like, they're not perfect. Or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's ridiculous. Or the perfect partnership. Do you look at Instagram and you see these carefully curated pictures that have filters on them of people in perfect relationships, and you think that that's somehow real, and then what? Don't you long for that? But if you actually met these people, have you ever hung out with them 24/7? You ever listened to them take a shit? You know what I mean? See, that doesn't exist, but we think it does. And then, don't you, when you see those perfect people, say it's something you desire? Isn't that painful because you don't have it? Why the pain? Or the perfect anything. The perfect job. It's like that stuff doesn't exist. Quick aside, if you want perfect, you have to make what is right now perfect. That's how you do perfect. You take whatever's happening right now and you make that perfect. And then you're done. Okay, anyway, so you got my point here. So Adam, yes, having goals in life can be empowering. Having ideals can lead to disempowering experiences and suffering. Yes. And then so how do we strike the delicate balance of creating empowering goals and missions for our life without falling into the trap of ideals? Thanks. Well, how do you strike the balance? Yeah, that seems to be something you're going to have to figure out. Work on it. Get clear on what ideals are. You can start by looking into your own experience and noticing where you have ideals, and and question and wonder. Try to get what those are made of, kind of thing. I know that's a weird ask, but go ahead, do it anyway. Experience an ideal. Experience the whole domain. Get conscious of the entire domain and notice how. Okay, so I'm going to say something, but remember, if you believe me, this is not the point. The point is for you to get something out of what I say, or to create something out of what I say that is true. Like you find out what's true. How worthless ideals are. They are completely worthless. There's nothing good about seeing somebody else and going, I'm not good enough because of what I see. All that does is make you not good enough. And you're like, yeah, but I need the ideal, otherwise I won't keep going. No, bullshit. You can literally create whatever you want to create from nothing because you can. That is something you can do, period. You want to make $1 million? Go fucking make $1 million. You want a great partnership? Go find the partnership. Just don't think it's going to fix you. And don't beat yourself up if you're like, this is the wrong one or something like that. Okay, so I think the main, so the balance part, get clear. What are our ideals? What is that whole domain? What is that domain about? And notice what that is. Like, oh, this is hard. This is difficult. develop the ability to look into your own experience and see your own experience as if from no perspective. In layman terms, you got shit going on for you right now, don't you? There's the objects in the room, and then there's you, and then there's that whole fucking world you got in there. Yeah, you got that? There's objects, and then there's that world. The ideals are part of the experience. We'll call that whole thing your experience. The objects, your perceptions, and your internal world and thoughts and feelings and the whole shebang. All of it, anything that you experience is your whole experience. Within that experience, so imagine like, I don't know, just for funsies, I think I saw this on a post recently. Let's call your entire experience like objects in the soup. Whether it's objects or it's like the ingredients in the soup. All right? Your thoughts are ingredients, your feelings are ingredients, the objects are ingredients, all your perceptions are more ingredients. It's all ingredients. No matter where you look, no matter what you feel, no matter anything, it's all ingredients in the soup. Okay? You be like the pot or something, or you be the liquid of the soup, like the water that holds everything. Okay? So you are no longer any of the stuff that you experience, okay? Start there. Remove yourself from the experience as if, like you're not here. There's just what you experience. Now, within this experience, you can notice that you got shit going on. And some of the shit you got going on is what we would call ideals. It's the stuff that you should and you should not be. And then start to recognize how that works and what happens when you do that. So I would ask you, what happens when you do that? What happens when you have an ideal? Isn't it true that it's painful? Yes, the pain and the ideal go together. They are not separate. You don't get one without the other. And don't you use it to like beat yourself up with, etc. Okay? If you want to go more into this, come do the Experiencing the Nature of Being workshop. We host it here. It's incredibly powerful. Check the links and then navigate your way. Find out how to sign up because we do a whole section on this. All right? So you can recognize that it's painful and start to realize that like as if this is the soup in a very weird way. I hope this doesn't break down. Like if you take a paddle and you swish it through water, it creates whirlpools. That's just what happens. When you swish a paddle through water, whirlpools happen. That's a consequence of the paddle. The same with ideals. You can recognize the paddle swishing and the whirlpooling. You can see, start to see how it works. Okay, you can start to see how your own mind works. You can start to see how ideals work. And once you start to see that clearly, you can go, oh my fucking God, I am not going in there because it sucks. But you won't do that, likely, until you see that. You could believe me and then just go, oh, well, he said don't have ideals and then live like some credo, like you shouldn't have ideals. And in the context of this work, no, not interested in that. That's you believing shit, and it's stupid. For this, it doesn't help you get more conscious, okay? Believing things is not going to help you get more conscious. But you can get conscious of how the ideals work and what goes on. So then the more conscious you become, the more aware you become of those dynamics, which you can observe and recognize and figure out the workings of, like you can figure out the workings of the motor of a car and like how it works. Then you'll likely let it go. Then you go, oh, I see what's going on here, and I see my part in it. And then it's like, no thanks, not going to do that, not interested. Or you'll catch yourself doing it. And then you'll be able to much better strike a balance. Do you see why I'm bringing that up? Then you'll have more facility, more capacity in that area to strike a balance. And then you can know, oh, here's an ideal. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, thanks. I'll just make a goal instead. Or you can see when they're intertwined and like deconfuse things like that. All right? So that's, and so that discovery, and then also use honesty. Be honest with yourself about what's occurring. Be really honest about your experience. Because if you're not honest about your experience, you will inevitably not become aware of your... I don't know if that's actually true. It seems like being honest will help you discover more what's true. And if you can be honest with yourself about what's going on for you in your experience, that will facilitate you in you becoming more aware of what's happening and more able to become conscious of what's happening. If you lie to yourself about it, like, oh, I'm not in pain. I don't know what's, no. That's not me. But you're not actually being honest with yourself about your experience, about your own experience, then that will not serve. All right? So you can use honesty as a tool, a principle, to do that, to help. Okay? So, you got that? Do it. Come here, do the Experiencing the Nature of Being workshop that will help clear up a lot more, and you can work on it in a powerful setting. Okay? Check the links in the description. Thanks for writing into the forum. Adam, I appreciate it, as always. Looking forward to the podcast. And actually, that might actually have happened before I post this video, so never mind. Okay, so if you want to write me in the forum, please do. It helps me create content for you. Come here, do a workshop. Keep kicking ass. Be honest. Do good work. Live your life. Be happy. And you know all that unresolved shit that you got going on? Resolve it now. You're done. You're complete. You are whole and complete. Fuck it. Okay? Just thought I'd help. If that doesn't work, then do it now. All right. I'll catch you later. Much love. Take care. Till next time, I'm Brendan Lee.